Conditions here very, very, very slippery indeed. So the Englishman should be at home. Plenty of defence going in already. And the first penalty of the match has gone to the President's 13. Ward was the offender. Well, there was a game played here earlier, and the ground started to chop up. But you can see underfoot there, it's pretty sloshy. Here's Gavin Miller. He opens up with a good burst and makes 4 or 5. The defence of Great Britain comes in pretty quickly. Fennick there at dummy half. Ball goes out to Alexander, onto Florimo. And they find Bradley from the Penrith club. This is Trewella, and makes a clean break. Trewella too. Can he link up? He looks like he can. Yes, he can. First try for the President's 13 goes to Steve O'Brien after some good lead-up work from the Eastern Suburbs player in Trewella. Well, already this English defence looking pretty brittle as Trewella makes the break. Lachlan holding back a player there too. But O'Brien in the corner. But the ball will get very heavy as the afternoon continues, so he gets plenty of distance, plenty of height, waved away though. So the President's 13 leading Great Britain 4 points to 0. Andy Gregory to feed for Great Britain. Great Britain ball goes out to Hume. The run around, Hume takes it back. A little lob pass over the top, loose ball though. Referee says play on, 6 to go. Gregory in a dummy half. Little run from there, looked to unload too, but there was no one there, and they're giving Gregory plenty of attention here. The little fella gets belted down, has a look too. Comes back for Ward. Oh, Ward with a crunching tackle and goes down hard too. That was Geyer. Great Britain dancing around in the mud, but not going too far at the moment.
Well, at least they've hung onto the ball. Previous to this, they couldn't work out a 6 tackle count.
Paul Lachlan from St Helens. We've seen him play at fullback in the 2 tests, playing in the centres today. Pretty strong kick of the ball. He's really out in front. It's not difficult to kick, and he gets it too. So the score has changed now as the President's 13 leading 4 points to 2 over Great Britain. Number 14, that's him with the ball now, and the headband is Paul Hume. His brother David Hume playing 5'8" in this Great Britain side. So again, the 2 brothers on. Remember, they made test history in the second test by both coming on at Lang Park. First time that had happened in a Great Britain test side. This is Bradley. Alexander, a dummy half. The green and gold's nice and deep. Alexander, little short ball out for Trewella again. He's causing the Great Britain players with plenty of headaches, but this is Lazarus, and the big front rower goes in. So all too easy at the moment. Some quick passing by the Australian players, and they're opening up Great Britain. He's only about 13 metres out from the post, but he's about 15 metres off centre. Not a difficult kick, and gets the 2 points. So the President's 13 now starting to open up a little gap here. Florimo onto Geyer. Wrapped down by one of the newer players that we haven't seen, number 8, John Joyner for Great Britain.
Well, they're short on defence here.
They can get it out in Australia. But still going, and this is Lazarus. He gets it away to Alexander, is it? He's in again. Alexander has just snuck under the Great Britain defence after some good lead-up work from Lazarus again. So he's played well, the big fella out of Canberra, number 13. Here it is again. They went on the blind side, and Jack picked it. He said they were skinny out there, and they sure were. Alexander slipped the ball. Lazarus really made the inroad, slipped it back to Alexander again. Ford no match. Should have taken him there, but didn't. Kicks a lot lower this time, but still off beam. So the score remains President's 13-14, Great Britain 2. They run across the field each time. They're easy picking. Hume, Paul Hume. Yeah, they're only about 12 metres out. Gregory, there's the kick. Plenty of chasers. Fumble ball, Mike Gregory. Try. Well, we said watch for the kick. Gregory thought it was the only way he's going to get over this defence, so he put it up in the air. Great Britain followed it. Mike Gregory scored off it.
Well, I think these are a little bit harder to kick, these balls. They're a smaller ball. They've probably got a smaller sweet spot. So I think that's the difference.
Well, he's got it in the air nicely, and that's not a bad-looking kick. That's okay, in fact. So now the scoreline reads the Presidents 13-14, leading Great Britain 8. Plays it back. Comes back to Miller. Miller looking for runners. It was Guy. He couldn't handle it, though, and Powell's dived onto it. Let's play on, and there's Great Britain players down everywhere at the moment. Hume gives it to Powell. Oh, and some big defence. They take the ball, and this is a chance. Mal Meninga in. That's simple. A jolting tackle. The ball goes loose. Meninga in. Mal Meninga, that's a sweet try for him. He'd love to score that one.
I'm going to credit Guy with this try. He just hit that ball carrier and out popped the ball, and in went Meninga. And it was simple if you can tackle.
Mal Meninga, always a study of concentration when he's kicking. Another hard one. It's at 24 metres out, almost on the touchline. Gee, he's got some distance though. Waved away. So the score at the moment, 18 points to 8. Let's see who's coming off here for the Great Britain side. No one wants to come off. Andy Gregory coming off. Well, that's a bit of a blow. He's not too happy about it either, I'll tell you. He's having a bit to say. Alexander. Well, a big chance here now if they can get this ball out cleanly. Great Britain have come up with it, though, through Mike Gregory. The scrum screwed around and he dived on it. Ayres. Back for Hume. Oh, and some big defence on who is that? Wardell, a new player, yeah. Miller pulled off a good tackle there. Powell. He runs into Fennick. And Miller again. Hume. Gregory. Now they get chance. This is Ayres with a bit of chance and a pace. He starts to wind up. He gets it into the President's 13 side. He gets a good ball out for Lachlan. Lachlan starts to stride. He's looking for support. If he can link up, there's a long floating pass out wide. And the runners are still coming. So this is probably the best phase of play we've seen. And a chance to Ford. And that's a try from Ford. Well, they took play from the President's 13 side of the ground, ran it across the field and linked up with some good chain passing in this wet conditions. So we'll finally see some reasonable wet weather football out of this Great Britain side. That was a good try. It was Ayres that made the break, and a good break it was too. You can see he was looking for support as he got over into the President 13 side. They got it out to Lachlan. Lachlan just went straight at O'Neill. O'Neill's tried to shepherd him over. Then the ball went out to right. He turned it back into Ford. Ford showed enough pace to get over, and that's a good try.
It's when he starts to fight that he worries me, but in his first test he played very well on the wing, and he's shown a bit here again today. As long as he keeps his arms down, I think he's a fair player.
Lachlan's kick is waved away, so the score now looking a bit more interesting. The President's 13 side scoring 18 points to Great Britain 12. Fennick gets on to Lazarus again. He's had a pretty strong game, Lazarus. I tell you what, every time he gets a ball, they're onto him. They woke up to him in the first half. He caused them plenty of headaches. This is Fennick.
Well, he had a great start on that occasion. Gregory was well inside the 5 metre.
1 from 4 this afternoon. That's understandable under the conditions. And waved away again. So the big fella not happy with his kicking performance this afternoon. David Gillespie from the Canterbury club. Florimo had a look then. And this is a chance if they can spin it quickly. And they're spinning it pretty quickly. They'll go in for number 2, I think, yes. Oh, they're back out. So the Great Britain side are in with a chance now. They fought back quickly and fought in for try number 2. It happened pretty quickly.
Well, this is the case where Australia's got the football and they give it back. And Great Britain score the try.
Proverbial dog on the field. He's having a good time in the rain. Well, this is an important kick, Ray. It's not an easy one, but Lachlan seems to get a fair bit of distance, but he needs to be pretty accurate, and under these conditions, a very difficult kick indeed. But if he can do it, it'll be 18 all. Here it goes. He's certainly got the height. He's got the distance and waved away, so 2 points in it. Great Britain 16, trailing the Presidents 13, 18. Alexander with a dummy, gets it out to Bradley, and Bradley's in. So Alexander just making a little sprint. Threw it onto Bradley, and Bradley over. Alexander, enormous acceleration. Just off the mark, came out of the scrum. Through the little dummy, they brought it to, going backwards. No defence there, and Bradley in for the easiest of tries from the scrum.
Well, it looks simple enough, but it certainly takes a pretty smart player to do this. But this is a build-up with no possession over the last 7 or 8 minutes, Great Britain. And they just lost that little punch in both ways, I suppose.
Greg Alexander would be pretty happy with that too. And that was the Penrith connection there. Graham Bradley from Penrith scoring off a ball from Greg Alexander from Penrith.
Well, we're going to give Mal another shot. You lose the post pretty good. Everything limps to port or limps to starboard. He's got to put one down the middle shortly.
22-16 with this kick to come. And you won't get any easier than this today. This time successful. So the score now, the Presidents 13 have scored 24 points to Great Britain 16. One out, as they know there's only a minute and a half to go. They've got it one at 24-16. Well, Jack, can you see anything that can indicate that Great Britain will come out firing in a better way on Saturday?
Well, I'll start with this. I think the best player for Australia has been Tuella. I think he's had a fine game, but I can't see anything different happening on Saturday against the Test. I still think they've certainly showed a little bit of enterprise here tonight. I thought their performance has been pretty good, Great Britain.
Well, final score now for you. Ken Arthursson's Presidents 13 side have scored 24 points to Great Britain 16, so another